Banking analysts are expecting a reduction in interest rates this month. Their expectation follow a 16.82 Ghana reference rate announced by the Bank of Ghana for the month. Rather than the average 23% base rate quoted by banks, 16.82% will now be the minimum lending rate for all commercial banks. Reference rate GRR will now serve as a guide in the setting of interest rates on loans by banks. The GRR is expected to help introduce transparency in the setting of lending rates in the country.
Our own base rate discretionary, and it was different across the banks. Now, Bank of Ghana wants to bring uniformity, whereby all the banks will be using a common base rate, which is called the Ghana reference rate. It's similar to LIBOR, which is London Interbank Offer Rate. It's similar to prime rate in North America and Canada, and it's similar to GIBA in South Africa. So this is not a new thing. It is now that Ghana is trying to introduce.
At an average of 30%, lending rates in the country are notoriously high, making Ghana home to one of the highest interest rate regime in the world. High interest rates result in high non-performing loans. The chief executive of Delta Capital, Victor Wusu, is of the view that although the immediate impact will be negative on the banks and investor community, it will benefit the banking sector in the long run.
To the banks, there are positive and negatives, and I believe at the end of the day the bank will win overall, because when there's a reduction in interest rate, it will definitely reduce the amount or the volume of non-performing loans in the country, and this is also a good news for the banks.
Although some analysts argue that the reference rate concept is not the solution to reducing interest rates, Mr. Wusu is hopeful of a drastic reduction in interest rates in the days ahead.
This will possibly reduce the cost of credit in the country, and it will help the borrower to obtain credit from the banks at a lower cost. Previously, the base rate of the banks were around 23% on the average. Now the reference rate is bringing it down to 16.82. So this is obvious that the rate is coming down. Though the bank has the opportunity to add their risk premium on the Ghana reference rate, it will not be as high as the discretionary base rate that they used to do in the past. So definitely this is a good news for the borrower.
The Ghana reference rate concept was arrived at in consultation with the Ghana Association of Bankers. It will be reviewed monthly. Maurice Ogbete, GBC 24, Accra.